The champ is here.
We will definitely not shut up and dribble.
The champ is here. I must be the greatest. The champ is here.
I'm going to continue to stand with the people.
The champ is here.
I will not lose.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world.
Yes, welcome. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with we. My name is EJ, and I got my man.
Yeah, mate.
He's the DB of the show, and we are Black in Sports, giving a voice to the culture that won't shut up and dribble. Here, interviewing the best professionals in the game and in the boardroom, covering it all, laughing at all, while providing a platform to be heard. Today's show sponsored by Windermere agent Stacey Connor. Whatever your real estate needs, she's here to help you grow with confidence. Top luxury agent, director of the sports and entertainment division here in Las Vegas. Give her a call, 702-741-5944 or Stacey Connor at Windermere. All right, so how we do it, man? We got to welcome you to the show. We were so glad to have you in the building. Las Vegas born and raised, all right? Denver's 2018 Person of the Year, all right? Super Bowl champ, philanthropist, all right, 8-year vet, and now the co-host of Raiders pregame show. We got Brandon Marshall in the house. Now let's clap it up.
Man? What's up? How y'all doing?
Man, we had like a lot of slashes. We could have went on. There's like so many other things we could have went, right? Like my homie, the spokesman of Las Vegas, just so many things, man. So glad you made time for us today. So excited to have you in here. So to get it going, man, we'd like to have a shoot your shot moment. So this is where we, off the cuff, a story of when you went for it all, bet on yourself, win or lose, and it can't be like, yo, man, I always shoot my shot, man. It has to be like a story. So give it to us.
Oh, okay. So I got a crazy story.
Okay, let's get it.
We're going to start right here. Man, so I used to have a big crush on Jordan Sparks.
Okay.
Right? I know that sounds crazy. You don't really hear that, but I did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She was nice back in the day. She was. And then so, yeah, she's still nice, right?
Producer giving the love. He's like, she's still nice, for sure.
Hey, so I saw her at Super Bowl in Arizona when the Seahawks played the Patriots.
Okay.
And I saw her. We did the same little community event together because she's from Arizona. And,
I know that. Okay.
Yeah, so I told my publicist, I was like, yo, I got to get her. I got to have her.
Like, this is what's up. Like, this is the perfect time, too.
Yeah, I gotta have her. So she was going to set the whole thing up.
Okay.
We read to some kids. She sung to the kids. And after that, you know, we walked off the stage. And then my publicist was like, yo, Brandon, you know, meet Jordan or whatever. Or she told her publicist. And it was like, all right, cool. So, you know, then somebody was like, yo, let's take a pic. So we took a pic, and I went back to try to talk to her.
Uh-huh.
And then my homie that I came with, he was like, oh, my turn.
Oh,
Yeah. Relax. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, because you knew what I was trying to do beforehand. Anyway, fast forward the next week. The next week, it was Grammy weekend in L.A.
Okay.
So somebody hit me saying, do you want to host a party? And I was like, cool, I'm down.
Right.
Turns out Jordan was hosting the same party. So they put both of us on the flyer.
On the bill.
I was like, bet. I was like, okay.
You're like, look at God.
Yeah. Look at God, right? So I was like, all right, cool. So I decided that I wanted to, you know, I was going to get at her, right? So, you know, we in the club, we chilling. And I don't want to drink too much because I don't want to be too belligerent. You know, I got to make sure I got gum in my mouth because I don't want my breath to stink. So I'm chilling. And then the DJ say, oh, we got Jordan Sparks in the party. So I'm like, all right, bet. It's time.
It's time. It's on. Game time.
It's time. So I went. And at first, I didn't know, like, the situation. So I had our little security guard escort me over there because I didn't want to just walk up like, hey, you know,
hey, what up? Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he escorted me over there. And she remembered me, right? So I walked up, and she was like, oh, what's up? How you doing? I was like, yo, what's going on?
What's good? Doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, she like, how you been? I'm like, I've been good, you know, yada, yada, yada. So it was loud, and I wanted to be quick with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, yo, look, you know, I know that, you know, we didn't really get a chance to talk last week, but, you know, I think you're extremely gorgeous. And, you know what I'm saying, you're very talented. And
you see how the voice got low a little bit, right?
you
threw extremely in there.
You know what I'm saying? And then so I'm just talking to her saying that I think we should keep in touch. You know, I think we should get to know each other and keep in touch. And then she was like, oh, like literally she said this verbatim. She's like, oh, she's like, that's a better approach than half these niggas. And then she said, oops. So it was, what I thought was weird was when she went to say the N-word, she was like, oops. And I'm like, yo, just be real.
Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, but I am talking to somebody right now. I was like, I was like, all right, well, you know, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It was good to see you again. So I walked back to my table. And then so the homie I had, he wasn't really my homie, but I knew him for that weekend.
Right. There you go.
And I had to preface it with that because you'll find out later. So then he was like, "Yo, what happened?" I was like, "She said she's talking to somebody." He was like, you just gotta try harder." I was like, "Man, whatever." So at the time,
trying to motivate you, and
Right.
shit, right? Like,
so at the time, I'm just whatever. I start drinking. I'm going in. I'm like, man,
it's like turn up time,
turn
right?
up, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. So then it was funny because at a certain point in the club, he was like, "Yo, you ready to try again?" And then so I had already been drinking, so I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it."
He gassed you.
Gassed me. He gassed me, right? So I went over there again, and I was like, "Hey, yo, I was like, I know you said you talked to somebody, but I figured that what are the chances that we'll see each other twice in 1 week?" And I'm really just trying to basically.
What's good?
I'm like, what's good? Like,
What's good?
I really think we should get to know each other. I think you know what I'm saying.
Super
really?
facts.
And she was like, "Yeah, I know, but I really told you I talked to somebody and it's serious. I'm not just joking." I was like, "All right, okay." So then I was like, "All right, I got you." So I left. So the homie was right there. He's like, "Yo, what happened?" I was like, she, said the same thing. She's like, "Man," he said, "Man, watch out, I got you."
Oh.
He walked over there and talked to her, and it looked like I told him to go talk to her. I'm like, bruh, you feel me? That's ugly for me.
Super foul right there.
Wow, it's ugly.
Flag on the play.
Oh,
like,
man, right.
ejection. Like,
But he ain't got nothing to lose.
he
so he
got
just-
nothing to lose, man.
So then, we go back. I go back to the section. He walked back over. And I'm like, "What happened?" He was like, "You gotta try harder, bro." And now I look at him like, "Oh yeah," because he not my man's, but he was in the circle I was with. So we went to go eat at Barry's after that, and I asked him like, "Bro, what really happened?" He's like, "Yeah, she said she talked to somebody," and I was mad because I never let somebody gas me again like that,
Right.
in life. So I shot and I missed.
I mean, you tried to grab the rebound.
You did.
Like,
I did all
Did a
that.
pump fake,
Pump fake.
burst under, slap the
hey,
glass.
clear the glass.
That's
That's
funny.
good
Yeah, it was
stuff,
ugly.
man.
Jordan Sparks. That's the name. Okay. So, Brandon, where did your love for sports start? Where did the foundation start?
Man, I guess when I got out the womb,
Man.
when I got out the womb, man, I just loved it. My mom said I was always just carrying the ball around, throwing the football, carrying it. And then she told me when I was too young to play ball, but my brother could, he brought his pads home. And she told me I took his helmet and I slept in it. So I think
Wow.
ever since then, man, I was just,
Oh, you was definitely in there.
yeah.
So
I loved
football
that.
from jump was first love.
Yeah,
Then.
football.
So, because older brother played
Older
first,
brother
right?
played. Yeah. Yep, he played.
Now, y'all both go to Cimarron?
Yeah, we both went to Cimarron. He played, but he didn't really have a love for sport like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was more music, man. He loves music.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can sing.
So is he
extremely well.
still in? So I saw that. Is he still in the music business?
Not right now, but
Yeah.
I think he wants to get back in. But it's
Got
tough,
you.
man. It's a tough business.
Oh, it's a definitely. I mean,
It's hard.
you guys both picked 1%
Right.
professionalism,
Right.
thing, right? Like, so going to the league and then attempting to go, in the music business, right? Like
Right.
those are two of the tough ones.
Tough.
But that's dope, man. But you guys have a great relationship. Well, just your family dynamic, so y'all definitely support them. So you play, right? So you play a little bit. Was that more following Big Brother? Or was it just like a hobby? Because I see
It's
you
just a hobby.
played piano a little bit.
It's just
you know
a
what I'm
hobby,
saying?
man. I've always took an interest in the piano, but
That's
it's hard,
cool.
man. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
What
But
got you into that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just always used to see people play it, and I'm like, it looks dope.
Right.
I kind of want to just be able to play it.
Man, to come just to sit down, like see some keys there, just be like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm
just
just gonna
go
go ahead and just
exactly.
tickle those ivories real
Yeah.
quick.
Put this Cosby sweater on.
You got your Ray Charles glasses on right now, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what I said now.
Oh, that's funny. That's nice, man.
Yeah,
That's good. What I saw you ran track too, man.
I did, man.
What was your events in track?
My senior year, I did the 110 and the 300 hurdles.
Okay, we got to stop right there.
But before that, I always did the 100, the 200.
Okay.
I did the 1 to 2 my whole career.
Okay.
But then my senior year, they threw me in to hurdles, and then I did the 4x4 and the 4x2 in state.
Gee.
How did the hurdles
and the
go?
4x1, I think.
How did the 110s particularly?
It's hard. It's
Man.
hard, bro. It's hard. You got to get the steps correct. You know what I'm saying? You can't gallop. You got to
Like, get out.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But the 300 was easier. It's easier.
But that's a 300 is like a 400, but you jumping
Yeah.
too, though. I mean, it
Yeah.
was easier though.
It was easier for me, of course, because you could stride And even if you gallop, if you got enough speed between the hurdles, you can make up for that.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
You
yeah.
kick.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you played tight end and linebacker coming up in high school.
Yeah.
When did you like make the determination, or was it like a recruiting process? Just kind of give me what it was playing both sides of the ball. You know what I mean?
Oh man, so I played tight end, linebacker, and running back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I
The
I played
running back,
I
y'all.
played running back, and I was actually good at running back. But we had another player named Eddie Y. He was our starter. He was good,
Cold.
really good. It was cold. He went to Utah for running back.
Mm.
And so I never played stand up like inside backer in high school. I was always just an edge rusher.
Okay.
Edge rusher. And then this all-star game after my senior year, they put me back there. They was like, you know what, just come back and just try that. And it was smooth. I'm like, yo, this is way better. You know,
Right,
I like
it's not getting a 3-point
inside?
stand.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It was
And you were
fun.
just natural then.
I was natural.
Yeah.
So then when I went to Reno, we ran a 3-4 and I was an outside backer because that's all they saw on film.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? I was rushing the passer, I was dropping, whatever. And it's crazy because I've never been on a team that switched defenses mid-season or right after training camp, which is weird, right?
Okay.
That is weird.
We did training camp. We did 3-4 all training camp.
Yeah, because you're
And,
putting
like,
you're installing all of that,
installing,
going through all
right?
of that stuff.
The first game, second game, then we switched to 4-3, which was like, yo, like
That nose was getting killed.
I don't know what
waxed.
happened, but to me it made no sense. Like, how are you going to switch from a 3-4 to a 4-3?
Right.
So then I went back to middle linebacker or outside in the 4-3, and it was just natural. I almost didn't redshirt, but I was too light. I was like 210, 205. They said that you got to get.
That's an odd switch in the middle of the season. That's a whole different.
It's a whole different thing.
Whole different thing.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Somebody was getting blown the hell up.
You was losing.
I
had to switch that up.
Yeah, I feel it.
So how was your time in? Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, really quick. How was your time in Reno?
You know what? It was a culture shock at first.
Yeah, I would say so.
It was a culture shock because I guess when I was there, I want to say the county, the Washoe County, was 3% black. And
That much then?
Yeah. It was,
Okay.
right. It was
Must have had an
3%,
increase or when you came up in there, right?
Yeah, it was
that
crazy.
recruiting season.
Carried it too.
Something like that.
It was cold.
Yeah.
But I met some of my best friends, lifelong friends there. But it was interesting. They tried to be a Vegas, but it ain't Vegas.
Correct.
But
At all.
it was dirty. Reno's dirty though.
I'm glad you said because that's how I felt about it too.
Reno's dirty.
It is.
It's dirty.
It's a little musty out there.
Straight up.
It's tough out there.
It is.
So how was the recruiting process getting to Reno?
You know what's funny? I had to recruit myself.
Oh, really?
That was the real. That was my thing. That's why, like, I speak on never letting something hold you back,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I'm gonna create my own lane for me. If the door didn't open, I'm gonna have to try to create it. Go around. I gotta go around the back just to get in. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, side door or something.
So I was getting letters, right, from Fresno State, Oregon State, small schools too, like Puget Sound and all them.
Yeah.
And I didn't have an offer after my senior season.
Okay.
So I made my own highlight tape. I made a disc, and I literally had this book of college coaches and colleges. And so I looked up the defensive coordinators and the linebacker coaches, and I would literally send my own disc out because my head coach wasn't
on that.
Nah, he wasn't actively recruiting for us, or he wasn't helping us get out.
Which is weird though, right? Because
Yeah.
Cimarron was kind of like almost pro you, right? Like you
Yeah.
guys got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of people on this show
Right.
that are just from Cimarron. So it's
Right.
just like
Yeah.
that's crazy that he didn't push for y'all like that.
So literally, I was sending it out, right, and then I sent it to Colorado State, and then that's when they was on me because actually they were sending me letters too. So after I sent it, but I think I was just on like the mailing list. I sent it to them.
Got
and then,
those. Right.
And then that's when they called me, and they was like, "Yo, we want to get you on the first recruiting trip." So I went. I was like, "Cool," and it was cool. I liked it, and I actually committed to Colorado State initially.
Oh, really?
Fort
Yeah.
Collins.
And it's funny because Sonny Lubick was the head coach. And He
Yeah.
was telling me, he was like, "Yo, we could recruit you for running back, but we think you'd be better on defense." Because literally, I only carried the ball like 32 times my senior year, but I had 345 yards, so I was like 11 yards a carry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just busted heads.
You feel me? So, and then after that, which is crazy, I like literally a UNR recruiter came into Cimarron, and he was looking at the running back, like I was telling you, and I was literally in the room when they was talking, and I was making my That's
Making
when I was
the
making.
film,
That's when I was
video.
making the film, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, cool. What's his name? Ken Wilson. All right, wrote it down.
He getting the disc.
Wrote it down, and I sent it to him. And he called me. He's like, "Yo, I didn't know you was in the room." Da 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 da. He's like, "Yeah, we want to get you up here." And so that's how it happened. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
And I really created my own lane because nobody was necessarily seeking. I wasn't like sought after. I was a 2-star recruit, whatever. And then shit. And then Bowling Green actually came after me after that because I sent it to them.
That's how it kind of happens.
Yeah.
When you get one, they start flowing
That's
in
it,
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
So I'm gonna jump totally off because like when I see this, I have to ask this, man.
Right.
So, and you know, it may be out of line when we're doing it, but just the fact that you went to Africa, man,
Oh yes.
and tell me
Yeah.
like about just like anytime we've had a couple players and a couple people that have been on and just talk about Africa, and it's one of the things that I want to do. So that's
Yeah.
of course got delayed since COVID.
Yeah.
But tell me how'd that come up
Mhm.
and what was the experience?
Yeah. So, me and a group of friends, we have, we'd like to travel.
A travel group, kind of like
Got a travel group.
Dope.
And then so we decided to add the philanthropy aspect to the traveling.
that's dope.
So, but honestly, really, we first started by traveling, just having like a co-ed weekend, like fun.
Just going out,
You know what I'm
just kicking it,
saying?
having a good time.
Have dudes and girls, whatever. We went to the mountains, then we went to Mexico. After that, we was like, yo, I think we should, do it bigger,
Mhm.
but, have like philanthropy involved. So one of my guys was like, yo, you know what? We should go to Africa. And we was like, Africa? Shit, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that.
Like, let's do that.
I'm with it because everybody wants to go to the tropics, to Mexico and
Yeah.
Turks and Caicos, but we got to get over to see the motherland.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we went to South Africa and we went to Cape Town, and I got videos and stuff like that. So we went to like an orphanage,
Oh yeah. Oh,
And-
got you.
and to see these kids, everybody with no shoes on, and one of the babies had HIV, and
Damn.
the living conditions, it's 20 kids, but it's like 5 rooms, and they don't always have clean water. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Yep.
And I'm seeing this, and I'm like, damn, like it's eye opening because, whatever my perceived struggles are, it's always somebody that has a way worse, and they don't have opportunity like we do. So
Yeah.
this is the land of opportunity, right?
Right.
One of my friends, I still got a friend in Johannesburg, South Africa. He told me, he's like, look, man, there's no rags to riches story like that in Africa out here, because it's almost like the people at the top are gonna make
Yeah.
sure the people at the bottom stay
Stay
at the
there.
bottom. Or if you're
Mhm.
born into poverty, and it's a lot of places that's huts, that doesn't have electricity,
Running
like
water. None of that.
real
stuff.
huts.
Jeez.
And so them people don't really make it out like that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? There's no rags to riches. And so being out there was so eye-opening and so refreshing. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And I had a new level of gratitude
Yeah.
when I left,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? And I'm like, man, thank God. And but I was still it was real disheartening for me to see these kids and to see these people struggle like this. It's not a lot of resources out there. What in the area we was in.
Right.
But I mean, it was a dope trip, man. We went to a safari. Africa is beautiful.
Mhm.
Africa is beautiful.
Did you feel renewed going there?
What?
Like,
I felt
He said,
I
"What?"
came back with energy. I
Yeah.
came back with renewed energy. But it's crazy because Johannesburg, South Africa is like South Africa's richest country in Africa.
Mhm.
Johannesburg is
The
like LA.
Yeah.
It's dope actually. I ain't gonna lie to you.
okay.
Women look good.
Mhm.
Women look good.
Tell me again.
I'm telling you. Real booties,
Just everything. Just
thick. Food is good out there.
there we go.
So you can have whatever aspect you want to have. If you want to go out there and party, you can. If you want to go out there,
Black and Sports on location. Johannesburg.
I'll produce that show.
The producers coming with us.
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
No,
It's beautiful, though.
It's Africa, like you, EJ. Africa is one of my goals as well. My parents were doing military, so I had a chance to be in Turkey for a while, and I saw people in Turkey like
Yeah.
living in a whole different world than I was living in. I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm blessed, man.
Oh,
I
we're
don't
blessed,
think
man.
so.
It's
Yeah.
a whole different ball game in
Whole
these
different.
countries and these cities it's like, man, it's our slums compared to their slums,
That
nothing.
ain't.
I went to Egypt, and that's the hood.
Mhm.
It's the hood. It's like, so you land in the airport.
Wow.
I'm driving to my hotel, or we're getting drove to our hotel.
Right.
And you look up, and it's a guy with a machine gun up top of tower.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's war ridden. You know, it's a lot of war out there. And 2 weeks before we got there, our tour guide told us a cop died trying to defuse a bomb off a Christian church. So they still warring over religion over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dog.
It's.
You got to go through TSA just to go into the hotel. By the
I'm
way,
telling you.
through metal detectors, they
Just
got to
because they're trying to keep it safe.
No, they will blow some stuff up.
Wow.
And people not friendly in Egypt. Like Africa is cool.
Uh-huh.
I mean, so my bad. South Africa is cool.
Okay.
But Egypt, man, they would look. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if because I was black or I was a foreigner. They knew I was a foreigner, but they just was
Yeah.
Let's
like,
kind of give you that, like,
yeah, nobody was like happy or in a good mood. I'm walking down the street.
He's mad.
Like, yeah, bro, it's poor out there.
Well, I
That's
get it,
crazy.
man. Boy,
Yeah, it's wild.
it is.
I smoked hookah out there, by the
Mhm.
way, and it felt like I was smoking real Newports. I'm like, this is real shisha, like no flavor. I'm like, why y'all smoking this?
Right, the actual raw ingredient, like nothing else.
What are y'all doing?
Y'all not doing this right.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's beautiful. I urge anybody to go.
That's what's
Everybody.
up. You
That's
got to
big
hear that,
time.
man.
So we're gonna go to kind of your playing days, man.
Yeah,
Started with the Jaguars.
yeah,
We made our way to Denver, man. First of all,
yeah.
talk about the draft day process.
Right.
You got a unique story because you saw the business pretty early that you were cut,
Early. Yeah.
right? A couple times, and then had to make it to Denver. So talk about how you're going through that process.
Yeah, man. So, I ended up being a 4-year starter at Reno after I redshirted. Agents was after me, and so I signed up with an agent. It was cool. I went to train, and then when I went to the combine, I was getting a grade of 3rd round and 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, I'm about to be drafted. You know what I'm saying? That's
Absolutely.
crazy. And I got a story about how I elevated my play between my junior and senior year of college as well. I'll tell y'all. But it was the craziest thing. So I was just really worried about my grandfather being there when I got drafted.
Okay.
God rest his soul, but that's my guy. That was my guy.
Mhm.
So 3rd round comes, nothing. 4th round comes. I thought the Raiders was going to pick me. Didn't come. 5th round came. I'm at my cousin's house having a draft party because I knew that was a day, at least a day 3.
Right, like I'm there.
Yeah. So
Something happened.
the top of the 5th round, I was like the 7th pick, I think, of the 5th round. Jacksonville called. And it's crazy because before they called, somebody else was calling me. I'm like, look, stop calling my phone.
Stop messing around.
That's
Right
the
now.
you
worst
know?
thing. Like
Yeah.
people like, and all they call them like, "Hey, did you get picked yet?" Like,
Yeah,
get on my
relax,
phone
bro.
with it,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Go
Nah, ain't
somewhere.
the time, man.
Right.
Right. So, man, so they called and actually the video's on YouTube. That's funny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they called and I'm like, dog. And it was like, yo, this is so-and-so, the GM of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we're going to pick you next. And I'm like, dog, this is a movie.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
This is a movie.
And like it's happening, and you're trying to process it at
Yeah.
the same time.
That's what I'm saying. And so I hung up and I'm like, yo, I'm going to Jacksonville.
Yes.
And my grandfather made it though. He was there.
Oh, he was there.
He got there maybe 5 minutes before I got called. I'm like, okay, God is good.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
It's a
Yeah.
blessing. And so he stood up when I got the call. My mom stood up and she starts crying and my name goes across the ticker.
Ticker. Yep.
She starts crying.
Blessing.
But she's
yeah.
crying, but she's like
Joyful.
joyful at the same time. She's made like a weird noise. I'm like, what is,
Yeah, that's
what is that?
That's that old deep
That's
from
real,
like where'd that
yeah.
come from? Like, what the-
Right. And so it was one of the greatest moments of my life, right? So I get to Jacksonville and I'm thinking like, okay, cool. I'm confident. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to play.
It's on. Right?
It's on, right? And so I get there and immediately I noticed that I wasn't as strong as I should have been.
Really?
And that's crazy to feel that.
Really?
It's crazy to feel that strength.
Uh huh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, why do I feel like this? I
just
got
recovering or just
No,
in
I'm
the
talking
act of
about
playing.
Playing
like
like
in the
going up
trenches,
against
in
somebody,
the trenches,
like
Yeah.
taking on that guard.
take
when
on
you
that guard, and they're stronger and faster, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's
So in
crazy.
college at Reno, I can run to the ball, get past the guard,
Right.
Hey, them linemen, they're taking off, and you gotta, oh shit, right?
He got on me quick.
How you get up here so quick?
Yeah. So
That's funny.
yeah, so anyway, I was doing decent, right? I got an interception in one practice, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm starting to get some momentum, and but I really felt like I barely made the team. it was just crazy because the first game came right, and I was
Preseason or
preseason.
okay, yeah.
I was playing Mike, and I led the team in tackles, right? So I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm making plays, right?
Mhm.
I came back and my grade was bad. I had like a D. They did an ABCD,
Right.
F and that, with that team.
Uh-huh.
I got like a D. I'm like, damn, like, did I do that bad?
Right.
The next preseason game, we played the Saints, and I had literally one tackle. Did nothing all game. I was literally just where I was supposed to be.
Mhm.
I got an A grade. I'm like, yo, like, what do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get maybe the first game I was maybe out of position sometimes,
Yeah.
but I would make the tackle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like that's the point of what we're doing here.
I
is to make-
wasn't. It's not like I was out of position
Right.
and they caught the ball. I was out of position and they ran through my hole.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? None of that.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't know what he wanted after that. I'm like, damn. Well, what does he want?
Right.
I don't know. So I caught myself trying to play like the other guys.
God, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I get it because we should look at the guy like the Paul Plus Lusneys and the Daryl Smith that had been there.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I got to play like him. But I got lost in not being
You.
me and
How
what
you
got me there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And why
So-
they signed you.
Right.
They were looking for you.
Absolutely. So then I made the team, right? So, but I was inactive a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I played 5 games that year, but I got cut 1 week, right? I forgot how it happened, but I know the second time how I got cut. I got cut. Then they was like, yo, Blaine Gabbert got hurt. We need an extra quarterback. We're gonna bring you back on Monday. So they brought me back to the active roster. So like, cool. So that was a Friday. I got cut again on Thursday. So twice in 1 week. And literally how I got cut is I go from the I left my phone in my locker. I'm at the the lunchroom eating breakfast with the DBs.
Uh-huh.
I'm chilling with the DBs, right? All of a sudden the Reaper comes. And
The Reaper.
He was like, hey yo, B,
Let me holler at you.
no, he was like, yo, I've been looking for you. I've been calling you, man. Where you where you
What's
been
going
at?
on? Right.
He's like, Coach wants to see you. So I'm looking at him like this. And then I look at everybody at the table. Everybody
Right,
head
like
down.
that.
Everybody head down. I'm like, oh, bruh. So I go, and
that's
they
the
cut
worst.
me.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy because he's like, yeah, Maurice Jones-Drew got hurt. We got to get somebody else. We're going to bring you back on Monday again, right? And he saw, like, the anger on my face. Then he proceeds to ask me about my mom. So how's your mom doing?
Oh my God.
I'm like, bro, you
Right.
just cut
Right.
me. You fired me.
Right.
You fired me, and you
Watch
talk
out,
about
man.
You
how my
lost the
mom's
right
doing.
to ask me that question because, like, get out my
You
face.
feel me? And then so I tell him because he knows she lived in Virginia at the time. So this fool pulls out an encyclopedia, tries to tell me, oh yeah, she lives over here, and I used to recruit this area and there. I'm like, yo, why are we having this conversation right now? You know what I'm saying? So after that, I'm really like distraught. So I'm like, damn. So I get in my car, immediately drive down 95 South in Florida. I drive for like an hour. I get to, and I'm just driving. I don't know
Just
what I'm
clear
doing.
your head. You just
You know what
like,
I'm
I'm
saying?
off.
I get to St. Augustine, I think that's what it is, whatever city. It's on
Mhm.
the ocean. And I'm like, okay, what I'm gonna do? All right, well, I got a degree at least, so maybe I just fall back on that, and I was like just stressed out. And so I decided to turn around. I was like, you know what? No matter what, if this is it for me, I'm gonna give it my all. Because they said they was gonna bring me back, right?
Right.
But I'm still like stressed out. I'm going through it.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it my all. I'm gonna play how I play. Obviously I'm gonna be coachable, but I'm gonna do me,
Mhm.
right? I'm gonna be myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I get up there. They sign me back to the practice squad. And the crazy thing is, Denver called me, or called my agent right before I signed to the practice squad. Then he told me, and I'm like, yo, you should have gave me the
Give me the
option
option.
because
Yeah.
I probably would have left.
Mhm.
To be real, he's like, yeah, I thought you want to stay in Jacksonville. No,
No,
you do that.
because, like,
But I just didn't like how he didn't give me the option.
Mhm.
you talk
Okay.
about my mom. That's about my mom.
So then, I go in practice and I'm just going hard on scout team, going
Mhm.
hard, doing my thing, making plays, right? And but I started to doubt my abilities as an athlete. That's what got to me. So like a lot of these guys that become depressed and stuff,
Yeah.
it's almost like because it's a man that's never played telling you that you're not good enough,
Yeah.
Ooh.
right? And that
Yeah.
it kind of does something to your psyche because
And you always been good enough.
I always been good enough. Everywhere I went, I was
Yeah.
always a starter.
Yeah.
And you've made the progressions, right?
Exactly. So one thing that helped, and it's crazy because, words have so much power.
Yes.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was this guy named Greg Jones. He played for Michigan State. He played linebacker, won a Super Bowl with the Giants. He was there. And I think he saw like how I was just like down. I hated going to work. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm in the NFL and I hated going to work.
That's the
and,
worst.
and nobody understands that because they're like, how? Like you making money, but nah.
That's the
but
shit that don't.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Like
People don't
I was-
relate to that
I wasn't
shit.
happy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so he literally told me one day. He said, "Hey, yo, B, I've seen you play, and I don't know why they treat you like this." And that simple phrase
Bro.
gave me the lift I needed, and I haven't forgot that to this day.
Uh-huh.
And that gave me like a sense of self-worth almost, like, because I couldn't find it in myself as far as a football player. I couldn't find it.
Mhm.
And that just reassured me. I'm like, damn, like, okay,
I could play in this
I
league.
could play,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
he told me I could play,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Someone else saw it.
Yeah.
Someone else saw it, even though I knew, but I started to doubt that.
Yeah.
So, man, I started doing my thing. I balled so hard in practice, they brought me up for the last 2 games.
hmm
Cool. Then the next offseason comes. We get Gus Bradley, you know, new guys. And it was crazy because I was balling all camp.
Mm-hmm.
It was the last week of camp. I don't know. It was just weird. Like, I just couldn't make a play. It was weird.
Okay.
We played the Falcons the 4th preseason game, and I was not playing good until the 4th quarter. 4th quarter, I balled.
hmm
I knew I was going to get cut. I just had a feeling. They cut me. And I had a fiance at the time, and I told her, come pick me up. Yo, come pick me up.
Like, this shit's a wrap,
Come
right?
get me. And I'm like, dog. Now I'm really like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with my
Right.
hmm
life. But then Denver called, and then Oakland called. And then my agent was like, yo, you know,
Which one?
which one you want to go to on practice squad? And then Jacksonville was like, yo, we want you to stay as well. And so they asked me if I would stay, right?
Oh, so they did ask.
They said, yo, will you stay? I
Okay.
said, yes. Because I had to keep a job, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
I
like,
wasn't
keep-
like, nah, I'm out of here.
Right.
So,
Fuck yo, I'm going home.
yeah. So I said yes. Then Denver and Oakland called after that. And as soon as they called, I was like, yo, I'm out of here. I told my agent, yo, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to decide between Denver and Oakland. And I just looked at the team simply look at the roster.
Yep.
Right? I'm like, man, they got Payton, you know, they got Demir, they got some guys.
You start right there, right?
Right.
Like that's the thing to start with at the time,
Yeah.
right?
They got Champ Bailey.
Yes.
I'm like, yo,
So
maybe
that was definitely one of my questions, like, because I've heard you reportedly say, like,
yeah.
at that time where it was a precipice where you had to decide like where I was going to go,
Yeah.
and you had the opportunity where it was between those 3. You could have stayed, or Denver, or going to Oakland.
Yeah.
How'd you make that decision?
It was tough because I was literally gonna go to Oakland because I thought I could get up on the team faster. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Because
gotcha.
it wasn't as good.
Right, right.
But to me, something told me that's not the way to go. I don't know why. Because it would been the same situation in Jacksonville. They was losing. They wasn't
Yeah.
playing good.
Right.
Mhm.
And when you lose, it's a lot of turnover on the roster. So
Not the roster everywhere.
exactly. So
Right.
it was more stable
So,
in Denver.
Yeah.
Got you.
So I went, and that was the best decision, bro. The
Yeah,
best
it was,
decision I made. 'Cause
That was a
literally,
great decision.
literally, I was getting practice squad player of the week every week.
Uh-huh. And speaking of started with Peyton, it started with Peyton,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, was it a relationship before, or he just saw you balling out and was just like, yo, hey, who's that 54 out there that's busting our ass out there?
That exactly.
Just like that.
Just like that. Because
Yeah.
so what happened was no, literally, like verbatim. So the Adam Gase, who I know everybody say, oh, get fired. I love Adam Gase.
Show your eyes, Adam Gase.
Right, yeah. We need to get Adam Gase
crazy,
some
yeah.
shades, man.
I love Adam Gase, man.
Sam Darnold don't.
Because he right. Because he helped me out.
President don't either. That's why he left.
He started talking to me like, yo, B, keep doing your thing, man.
Yep.
Keep doing your thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna try to get you up on the roster. I'm like, wow, the offensive
Peyton,
coordinator said
coordinator?
that. No, the
Yeah.
offensive Adam Gase.
Oh,
was
Adam
saying
Gates
that.
said that. Got you.
But apparently, I was finding out how all that came about because the head strength coach was like, yo, Peyton has your back. He loves you. I guess he was going in the meetings like, yo, who's this 54 kid? We can't block him. Literally, I'm going crazy on scout team, bro.
Yes, let's go.
And think about it, they had no Cimarron Memorial,
They had
Wes
a-
Welker,
yeah.
Julius Thomas. And I was
Demar-
balling.
yeah.
They couldn't
Damaris,
block me. I swear to God, they couldn't block me. So it's funny because they finally brought me up on the active roster. Week 16, Von Miller got hurt, unfortunately. And then they was like, yo, we'll see how you play. This determines if you'll play in the playoffs. So I was on special teams, and I was going crazy. And so, I played teams. Actually, I played defense week 17 against the Raiders.
Red
We was
Raiders,
killing
yep.
them. We was killing them. Boy. And it's funny because John Fox, who I also love, he got my back.
Yeah.
Who was blowing them out.
Great
He walks
coach.
up and down the sideline. He's like, who could play? Who could play? Because he wanted to get his starters out.
Right.
And he looked at me. He was like, And he looked at my coach like, yo, can he play? And I'm like, yeah. And then,
Shit, yeah.
shit, yeah. And so, but my linebacker coach is like, I'm like, man, have my let me play. So it's funny because they end up letting me play. I ended up getting like 2 tackles in like the 4th quarter, which is cool. And man, dog, I played in the Super Bowl. We obviously got blew out, but it was great, man.
That's an amazing story, man. Like, you made the decision because of Peyton and, of course, the rest of the roster and the stability that they had going on. And then to have, like, a Hall of Famer, like, yo, like, what's going on to give you that start, man?
The Hall of Famer.
The Hall of Famer, right?
The Hall of Famer. Let me touch on this real quick.
Yeah.
That 2015 Super Bowl championship defense, no fly zone. I'm a former DB, so I like the DBs. I love to lead. He's cold.
Dog, he's a dog.
He's
Hall of Famer.
Dog.
Chain snatcher. Let's get
Hall
him.
of Famer.
Yeah.
Winning that Super Bowl. Talk about being on that dominant defense. You guys basically won that Super Bowl. Pulled Peyton, because he was struggling with some health at that time. So how was that, man?
Yeah. Man, it was one of the best times of my life, man. I promise you, it was crazy because literally.
That boy's
You got jokes. You over there cracking up. He thinking smooth over there.
How about a church handkerchief?
It's hot.
It's hot, man. Like,
man.
we got these lights trying to make us look good and stuff like that,
Right.
We need to get makeup yet. Like,
Doors of the church is open.
Doors of the church is open. Maybe sit this a little bit, cool me down.
That was the closest locker room I've ever been in.
Okay, wow.
We all liked each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's 53 people, so it's like, you got clicks on the team regardless. But
And just egos, man.
Yeah,
like,
egos.
you got a whole bunch of A personalities out there.
And we all was tight, though. We all was tight. And we knew, first of all, I could tell. Well, let me back up. That was the first year I played fantasy football. I'm related. That was the first time I played fantasy football, right?
Okay.
And I knew I didn't pick up Peyton purposely because of how he looked in preseason. I'm like, he ain't gonna be it. I knew it. We was killing him, but
y'all had to deep that.
We was killing him in practice. But Gary Kubiak had him under center, and I was just like, he looked unnatural.
That wasn't his role
he
at
looked
all.
unnatural, man. So I'm like, one time he was under center, he tripped trying to hand the ball off. It was just looking weird. But I knew he was gonna be good. Just at least defensively, I was like, yo, we gonna be nice on defense. Wade Phillips came in. Yeah. Oh man. So obviously we started off 6-0. I'm like, yo, we cold.
Mm-hmm.
Cold.
Then Peyton got hurt. He was throwing on the picks, but he got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Osweiler came in. He was balling.
He
was playing good.
He was fugazi.
He was playing good though. He should have never left.
That's true.
He should have never left. But yeah, bro, it was literally the funnest time, man. I was coming off a foot injury, and I played the whole season. I can't even find the words for that season, bro, because it was a lot of ups and downs, more ups than downs, but it was a lot of uncertainty because towards the end of the season, like we kind of like lost steam. You know what I'm saying? Like we was kind of like we got blown out by the Chiefs.
Yep.
That was the last time. That year was the last time we beat the Chiefs, by the way. The second game of the season.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
that was the last time we beat the Chiefs. 2015.
Yes.
And I forced that fumble on Jamal Charles, and I got this finger because of it. It's terrible.
Jersey?
I forced a fumble, and I just literally I dislocated it, and I kept dislocating it all season.
Nice.
Trash.
That's a
But
it ain't Torrey Holt.
Oh yeah, no, his is bad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
But
mine's jacked up too. I can't even point like.
Yeah, no, it ain't like this, bro.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough right there.
It ain't
Yeah,
Torrey
man.
Holt, though.
It was. We was some dogs, man. We knew we was better than everybody.
No, y'all had the
defensively.
hell of a defense, man.
We knew we was better than everybody. We knew every Sunday we was gonna line up and we was gonna
Bust some ass.
Come on, we knew it.
So
Cam hadn't been the same since, man.
He ain't, man.
Man,
Hey,
y'all
you know
done
what?
did my man. He ain't been
I
the
feel
same
bad
since.
for him. I
do
ain't gonna
too.
lie.
how much you don't feel that bad, man? He cost you some money, man.
Well,
that
yeah,
fine.
he did cost me some money, but I think now I do because I see him. I wanted him to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Because people was counting him out. I wanted him to go to New England and thrive, and it's not too late, but his numbers are terrible.
I mean, but he's working with.
Since that Super Bowl.
Since the Super Bowl, he ain't been
has
right.
not been the same.
Can't get right.
He's humble now. I don't know what. I ain't never seen Cam Newton humble. He all humble now.
You think it's up here?
With
Gotta
that, I
be.
start with this haircut. If he get that, he don't even eat meat. He don't eat meat no more.
Yeah, he vegan.
So like,
But
I don't
Tom
know.
Bra- no,
Whatever y'all
that's
did
not-
to him in that Super Bowl, man,
Yeah.
He ain't been right
he
since.
ain't been right, man.
So you don't think there's no hope for him to come back?
He ain't been right since the Super Bowl. I repeat. I don't know what y'all did to him. With that game plan killed his whole
He
confidence.
looked good against Seattle this year. Threw for 397. I'm like, okay, Cam back.
He ain't been the same.
Ain't been the same.
Not at all, man.
That's not
So
the
speaking
same.
of the Super Bowl, man, I know there's a lot of kind of fanfare and just you went twice.
Yeah, I
So
went twice.
going twice and of course, coming out victorious versus Carolina.
Yeah.
What was one thing during the game or that experience that you wish you would have done that you didn't get a chance to do?
Oh,
Brian Gumble, right?
I mean, it's so many things. There's so many things. Shit.
Also, there's a list of things that you kind of wanted to knock
I
out.
want to get MVP.
Oh, there it is.
You know
Hey,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
leading tackler.
Right,
I mean, of the
yeah.
squad,
But
like
it's tough.
that wasn't
Yeah.
out of sight, man.
For inside backer to get MVP,
That is.
the last guy
I mean,
was Malcolm Smith did it when we
With
played
those
him.
picks,
But
yeah.
he got picks.
Oh, he
and,
got
you know what I'm
picks,
saying?
touchdown,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to do all that. But
And the pivotal
Before then,
time
it
in
was
the
like,
game and
yeah.
before
everything.
it was like Ray Lewis, and they was going to give him.
They
his.
had
Of
to give
course.
him that, right?
Right.
That was like the
Yeah.
storybook ending.
Right.
man, I wanted to sack Cam. I mean, I wanted to do a lot of stuff. It just didn't happen that way.
Right.
Sometimes the game just don't flow that way, which is
Uh-huh.
cool, But there's a lot of shit I want to do.
But enjoyed the time overall, though.
Oh, bro, I was so tired initially in the Super Bowl.
Really?
First of all, I tried to switch it up and wear like a pacifier mouthpiece,
And
and
you
I've
couldn't
never
breathe.
done that.
You were
I
trying to
couldn't
do
breathe.
Slide
I was
down.
trying to be
Right.
swaggy because it was on the Super Bowl, right? I
Oh,
was
you-
starting.
you was
Leave
show
my,
out,
leave my
yeah.
dark visor on. Leave my pregame visor on.
Yo,
Try to
take
change it
off.
up and shit.
I took it off quick. I'm like, yo, I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
And even after that, I really couldn't breathe because,
Uh-huh.
but it's crazy because we came from elevation to sea level, so
Yeah.
I should be good. But I think it was all the adrenaline. I
Adrenaline,
couldn't
yeah.
breathe, and I was like, dog, I can't breathe.
Take them.
It was
The
crazy.
wrap was extra tight in the
Yeah,
game and
man.
everything.
And it
And
was
you
like
didn't
a
bring the
movie.
ring, man. I thought you were going to rock the
Oh,
ring
dog,
so
I
you could
forgot.
flash the
I
ring. No, it's
forgot.
all
It's in the
good, though.
case.
It's in the case, man.
No, you
I
rock
shoulda
it, though.
got it. I barely rock it.
Really?
Barely. I only wear it if I remember it because I usually be forgetting about it. To be honest
Got
with you,
you.
but I wear it to like
Events
speaking
like,
engagement
yeah.
events. I should have wore it to this, but
Yeah.
sometimes I be forgetting, man.
Jordan
To be real.
Sparks. I mean,
If you'd had it with George
Yeah,
Sparks,
That
there,
was, that was before I won the Super Bowl. That was
man,
before.
close the deal
That
now.
was before. Oh man,
Oh.
yeah, it was like a movie though. Once that gold confetti came down,
Jeez,
it was a movie, bro.
Bet.
I literally didn't know what to do with myself.
I bet.
Super Bowl 50.
That's amazing. All right, man. So we got to keep it moving. There's so much stuff, man. But Miles, you ready for the quick hits?
I am.
All right, man. So the quick hit sponsored by Thick Fit. When it comes to your health, it starts in the kitchen. Thick Fit Meal Prep is here to help you along the journey. They provide healthy, delicious meals that are easy on the go, fitting any and everyone's lifestyle. Give them a call at 702-850-3388 or on Instagram, Thick Fit Meal Prep. Use the code #Black and get a free additional meal on us. And still try that stuffed salmon because that says bomb. Hit them with the quick hits, Miles.
So B Marsh, man,
Yeah.
first time, if ever, that you've been starstruck.
Jordan Sparks.
Right. Yeah, basically Kobe. I met
Oh.
Kobe, man.
Dope.
And I got starstruck when I met LeBron too. I'm a
bet.
big LeBron fan.
Nice.
But I met Kobe and I was not trying to be that guy, ask for a picture.
Yeah.
I should have though. We was at an SB party. It was all athletes there. I should have asked.
Should have did that.
Because it's certain people. He's a legend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I literally shook his hand, like I was good, and I walked off. But I was like, damn, I should have got a pic.
picture. Yeah.
I should have got a pic with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Dog,
That's Kobe. The Bean.
that's Kobe.
Kobe Bean.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to your favorite teammate.
My favorite teammate.
Your favorite teammate.
Oh,
If
wow.
you had a favorite
If I had,
teammate.
I got a couple, man. I
Okay.
can't. All my guys. Omar Bolden, Dookie and Nacho, my
Uh-huh.
guys. Malik Jackson,
Malik.
Nate Irving, Danny
Right.
Trevathan, Corey Nelson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All them was my guys.
Okay.
TJ Ward, I love TJ. It's my brother. Juwan Thompson is my brother too.
TJ come downhill.
Yeah, he do.
Shout out to a guy that he may not be a household name, but when you played him, you was like, okay, we got to strap it up. Could be a back, could be guard,
Ooh.
could be anybody.
Well, Well, the first guy came to mind was Brian Winters.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
played guard.
Yeah.
And we played the Jets my last year in Denver. He was scrappy. I'm like, yo, this dude, I got to bring it every snap. And then it was a lineman for the Chiefs, man. I forgot what buddy name was. He was cold. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was that game. He just was on some extra stuff. Whatever.
Showing out, huh?
I'm like, yo, this dude is on one. Running backs, Marshawn Lynch. I mean, well, that's a household name. He a household name. He a household name. You said not a household name.
Give me just like, oh, okay. Somebody that you picked up on your fantasy team, like, yeah, he cold. But I know he cold.
You know what's crazy? That first year I played fantasy, I picked up Jamal Charles, and I sat him on the bench the first game we played him, and he went stupid on us. I was like, yeah, nah, he ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
He went crazy, 125 yards, two
Jamal Charles
tubs.
was cold. UT.
Yeah.
Jamal Charles was cold, bro. It was cold.
Okay. If you were to, you're a Bronco legend, Super Bowl champion. So if you were to build a top 5 Broncos ever, I know they got a ring of fame.
Yeah.
Who would that top 5 be?
Oh, let's go. I like this. Okay. In order or no particular order?
However you want to roll with it.
No particular order. So I gotta have Peyton in there.
Yep.
Terrell Davis for sure.
Salute.
John Elway. There's so many. Steve Atwater.
Them big ass.
Right?
Big ass shoulder pads.
Steve was nice. Dog, I'm forgetting somebody. Hold on. That's 4. It's so many to pick for that last spot. Okay, so I said Elway, Peyton.
Yep.
Davis,
Oh,
Terrell
Champ
Davis.
Bailey.
I was
Easily.
gonna say you said him.
Oh, tripping.
Yeah, Champ all
Champ.
day. Yeah.
He got everybody playing with bad technique now. By the way.
Champ.
Hey, he played bad technique all the way to the hall. So
That's true.
all right, so we're gonna switch it up, man. Get into this winner circle, man. We've touched on it because it's so naturally innate in all you do, man. So the winner circle is just really where we talk about what's going next. The winner circle is powered by Nevada Grow, providing the right data, the right decisions, facilitating the right connections. Nevada Grow is helping small business here in Nevada. So when we reached out to you, you have a foundation, man. So just tell us about Mr. Williams Marshall Care Foundation. Yeah. So tell us about that.
Yeah, man. So I have a mentorship program, the Williams Marshall Cares Leadership Program, and I just wanted to, have, I guess, give some kids something I never really had.
Okay.
Somebody to look up to. Somebody a part of their life. My dad wasn't really there.
Mhm.
He was there early on, but I didn't really have somebody to learn from. I didn't have a mentor.
Right.
And so, I got about 25 kids right now. And so what we do is we put them in front of various professionals, right? And we let them know it's more than one way to be successful, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to just play ball or, do music. There's so many different ways to be successful
Absolutely.
in this life. And so we put them in front of, accountants and,
Just different.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And we give them the option or we open their mind to see, okay, well, I might like this. I might want to try this, right? And so they have to, come to certain amount of means. They have to be on the honor roll. And they do all these things. And at the end of the year, we take a trip. So the first year, I start off with 5 kids. We had 2. We took them to D.C.
Mm-hmm.
Second year, we had 18. Then 11 made it. We took them to Atlanta. We took them to, Martin Luther King's house. We took them to a bunch of places. Last year, but 20 of the 25 kids made it. This year, because of the pandemic, we actually had to drive to L.A. and we just, have fun out there.
Right.
But
That's awesome.
yeah, but it's my way of giving back because I never had a mentor and I want to give these kids that.
That's big. Is it a year-round program then?
Yeah.
So they have to hit all these certain markers
Yeah,
to make the trip.
yeah.
How did they get selected to get in the program?
Ah, man, we have a waiting list. And
Really? That's amazing,
We
bro.
have a waiting list, bro. And it's crazy because I don't even really handle like how the kids get chosen.
Right.
I let my people handle that. But, my guy Jacob Wallace, who has the foundation, he will go to like local clergy and see which kids need it. Now Charnay, who's my brother's wife, she finds all these kids.
Awesome.
We kind of want to pair the kids maybe without a father to some kids with both parents in the house. You know what I'm saying? And kids that come from low income to maybe 1 or 2 that are good. Just try to have a well-rounded group.
Yeah.
And that helps them, right? When they're
Yeah.
together, because when you're in your peers, you can even learn from your peers, right? Like
Yeah.
if you see someone, like you said, because Miles and I always talk about it, like we come from a 2-parent home, but doesn't mean that we had everything we needed. Like we still needed mentorship. We still needed that guide or that help to get to that next step.
Yeah,
so I think
sure.
that's awesome that you have that with the Grow program.
Right, absolutely.
And with that, being that you do it here in your hometown, I think a lot of kids, and you know this as well, growing up in Las Vegas, probably experience something, experience a lot, probably earlier than most kids do. So
Right.
Yes.
how important is that to just being in your hometown and doing it?
Oh, it's really important to me, man, because this is where I'm from, man.
Yeah.
I take a lot of pride in being from Vegas.
Mhm.
In all
Stand
my
up.
travels, people say, "Oh, people live in Vegas." You know what I'm saying? I just think it's just a strip. But for me, this is home, man, and I feel like, I rep Vegas so hard, right? I got my own day in North Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which
June
is,
10th, baby.
which is major. That's major, to be honest
It
with you.
is.
It's major, man, and I really feel like I can continue to have a big impact. I'm only 31, and I don't have all the answers right now, but I'm gonna keep, putting one foot in front of the other and figure out what I'm gonna do and how I can make the biggest impact I can.
And it's great to see it, man. You had a chance to come back and speak to your high school, the commencement.
Yeah,
And I mean, they
That was
just have
crazy.
to have to just love that, man.
that was
Yeah.
crazy.
How was that? Just going back
Yo.
in there.
Nerve wracking. I'm literally at Thomas and Mack,
Uh-huh.
and I stand up on this podium,
That's
and I'm talking to the whole stadium.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And usually I freestyle all my speeches because
Right.
I just feel like I've acquired that skill.
Mm-hmm.
But that I couldn't freestyle. You know what I'm saying? I had to like deliver something on point.
Written, huh?
Written,
You,
you know
you
what I'm
couldn't
saying?
freestyle out,
Right.
huh?
And I was trying to like do one of these numbers and look down, but I was like, and I was like, it was hard, bro. That was tough.
I bet.
That was tough.
And it had to be just an amazing experience because
That
that's
is
it's
great.
giving back. Like I
Yeah.
just even hear when they like announced you, right? And to hear that you're from here, right?
Yeah.
It's just the same assimilation to where like we see us,
Mhm.
right? Like why we do this show to see us and other successful kind of paths, but for the hometown,
Yeah.
and you've always shown love. Like you've rocked a Vegas Golden Knight jersey
yeah,
walking up to the game
yeah.
day one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know it had to be amazing for those kids to connect with you and know like not only because you came back
Mhm.
one time, like
Yeah.
you're always back here,
Yeah.
always giving love. So I think they understand that and they see that, man.
Yeah, man. I try to tell the kids like, yo, look, I'm no different than you. I try to paint that picture for them. I'm no different than you. I just made certain decisions that have led me to be where I'm at today, right?
Mhm.
And so you could do the same thing in sports or whatever your respective field is.
Right.
I'm no different. I come from where you come from. So I try to paint that picture so they can see like, oh, like because some kids might look at me like, oh, he's bigger than life. Like, oh, that's unobtainable. I don't know. I'll try to say like, look, man, you can do it.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Be
Yeah.
relatable to them.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's dope.
You got a unique perspective that I think professional athletes have that nobody else in this country have. You touched on it, that you almost have to be on your job 24/7
Oh man.
because you're a human,
yeah,
right?
Right.
And I have bad days all the time. So everybody has a bad day.
yeah,
But if there's a little, a man that say, "Hey, that's Brandon Marshall. I want his picture," and you just
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying that just what you would do this, but
Curve
if
his
this-
ass.
Yeah, if this is just like a day like you got something on your mind, and they go to Twitter or they say he's the worst. Like
oh man.
it's just for as much as
I
you
got
can
a story
descri-
about that too.
Yeah, as much as you can
okay.
describe
I got
being
a
in that kind
story.
of bubble, just living in that atmosphere. I guess.
Well, I mean, good thing you just like, man, it was the other Brandon Marshall.
that is true, and I wanted to ask you about that too.
Do that shit.
in
but,
Denver.
But yeah, go do your shit though.
It's tough because, like you said, we're human, right?
100%.
And you're under the spotlight at all times.
all time.
And so I'm not in the league right now, but what I'm trying to do is broadcasting. So I'm will remain in that spotlight. What
Still
I'm trying
there.
to do, you know what I'm saying? Because anything they gonna say, oh look at, but you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So, yo, literally one time, let me tell you this. I was in Denver.
Okay.
And I went to by my crib in Lone Tree. I went to this spot called Mad Greens.
Okay.
And I was literally, I just wasn't in the mood. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to get my salad and go. It was a salad place.
Right.
And so I don't know if maybe I had a certain look on my face, or I just wasn't. I was really in my thoughts. So I make my salad and I, ring it up, and I leave. And I don't think none of it. It was a guy right there. He just rung me up, and maybe I wasn't as like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? But I was
Hey,
just
buddy.
ready to go.
Yeah.
So I get home, I get a tweet, and it said, "Next time you're in Mad Greens, don't be so rude."
What?
You know what I'm saying? You better be nicer or something like that. I'm like, oh wow. So you waited till I left to get on Twitter and say something. I'm like, all right, cool. I got it.
Yeah.
So literally, not the next day, maybe the next week or like 2 days later, I went in at the same time, just for him. I went in. I go straight to the register. I see him, and he kind of goes to the back, and the lady comes out. I was like, man, can you go get him, please?
Get that motherfucker.
Go get him. He comes out so timid.
Yeah.
He was like a little kid.
Had them Twitter fingers.
You know what I'm saying?
Some Twitter fingers.
Right. So literally, I'm like, yo, you got a lot to say on Twitter, but I'm right here in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like
in the flesh.
What's going on?
Bust a move.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I literally like, yo, what's good?
Right.
Because I said, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? If you got something to say to me, say it to my face.
Yeah.
Don't go on Twitter saying this or trying to put me out. Nah, you know what I'm saying? I did nothing wrong to you. I literally just got my salad and I went.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But you felt the need to go on Twitter, And then so I'm talking to him like, and obviously I didn't say that, but I said some other stuff, which, around that. And I ain't go crazy on him, but I just was like, yo, what's
setting it straight.
And he looked so scared.
I bet he did.
He looked so scared. He was like, okay, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it got real quick.
You feel me? Because people feel, a lot of times they do. They have protection behind the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? They know they'll never see LeBron. They're gonna say some crazy stuff. But at that moment, I was like, okay, cool. I felt like it was my time to take it upon myself to come see this dude.
Yeah.
So you've done, man, just so many things, man. I mean, the where you were filling the boxes.
Yeah.
Just the kickball camps. I mean, you do so much for the city that people really don't even understand unless they take the time to listen. Yeah. But I do want to point out, because I've worked and been at your the football camp that you have. Yeah. Talk about the respect camp that happens after that, because I think that's like dope, right? Y'all are out in the sun for like a camp's usually 2 to 4 hours, right? Hot Vegas sun because it's in July,
right?
And then you guys do the respect camp, and I just want to shine a little bit of light on the respect camp, man.
Yeah, man, that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
So my mom was a victim of domestic violence, right? She was. She went through a lot for me and my brother.
Shout out to mom. She holds it down.
She held it down through all the BS she went through, right? And so that hit me home because I felt like it was a part of me. And so, what I wanted to do is, I didn't want to just have a football camp. Anybody could just have a camp. We throw the ball, do drills, go home. Right. I want to have some that stuck to the ribs, right? So we created this concept called the respect camp. And so, we go in there and we teach the kids how to have healthy relationships, conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope, man.
And we let them know there's so many ways to resolve a situation that you have with a significant other or a friend or whatever.
Anyone, right?
Anybody. Mm-hmm. And so I really tell these kids and we let them know like, yo, like your life could be ruined over a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? And you never want that rap. And so we literally sit there and drill these, into these kids' head. And at the end, I have gifts. So I had a Nike account, so I would get jerseys and whatever. And
hats,
gift cards, whatever. And I'm like, yo, and we'll ask questions. We're like,
okay.
Yo, so, we'll ask a question and we'll see. All right, they raise their hand. If you get it right, cool. You got a Kevin Durant jersey.
That's
what I'm
dope,
saying?
Man, that's fire, man.
Yeah, man, that's my favorite part, bro. I love teaching the kids about that because that's a lot of athletes don't take it there.
Right.
They don't take it there, but that's what we really need to talk to our youth about.
Yeah, because it's good to, like you said, go run a drill and go, but it's deeper thing that's going to prepare us to lead us forward. Man, there's so many things. Really quick, where did you get that from, right? Because everything you kind of naturally do, that comes out, right? Like you travel and you're like, oh, let me get this philanthropy part. So let me go see these children, while I'm, I'm still going to have fun, but it's always a focus. Where did that come from, man? Because it's innate in you, man.
It's innate. I mean, really, that's just how I am.
That's dope, man.
It's just me.
That's super cool.
All right, so wrapping it up, man. This is the part where we call the assist. All right, so this is where you get to put your your hat on, your coaching hat, and give us a coaching gem or philosophy that you live by. So what's like, you know, a mantra or a quote or just something that you live by?
So many. Okay. Damn, bro. Because it's so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, perseverance is, I think that's my story. It's my story, man. And I'm never taking no for an answer. You know what I'm saying? And that could be misconstrued, but I'm talking about in my pursuit of my goals.
Absolutely. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? In the pursuit of my career. You know, it's so many times I've been told no or maybe not good enough. Because my linebacker coach in Jacksonville told me, actually after my rookie year, he was like, yo, you might not be cut out for the NFL. Literally said that. So
that's crazy.
You know, I tell kids, like, look, it only takes one person to believe. That's what I say a lot. It only takes one to believe. So, you know, no matter what so-and-so says or what your buddies say or whoever says you can't do that, if you listen to all that, man, you're never going to be anything. You're never going to achieve anything. So you know yourself. You know, believe in yourself. That's number one, right? Never take no for an answer. Believe in yourself. And don't sit there and listen to all the naysayers.
Man.
Come on.
Love it, man. That's beautiful, man. That's the way to end it. All right, man. So, and thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You have so much going on.
Yeah.
Definitely plug the show. So we didn't even talk about that, but you got so much going on. We need to support you because we love the great things you're doing on. So your show, is it, are you only on air Sundays?
Just Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Channel 8, Raiders pregame live.
Yeah, so we'll post that on social so we can, you know, so community follow that and support that, man. So thank you for the time.
Appreciate you, man.
So much stuff that we could cover that we probably left on the table, man. So hopefully we can get blessed to bring you back in.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Okay, man. Hey, thank you for the sponsors, everybody that sponsored the show, and thank you to the people for listening, man. I hope you enjoyed the show. Follow us and give us feedback. You can find us on Black and Sports on all your favorite podcasts. Please check out The Locker Room. We drop those every Tuesday, the short format shows. And then just hit subscribe button wherever you see us. Just know we want you to stay safe, practice gratitude, and know we're rooting for you.
Screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment until we even.
Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Spent about 2 racks on handmade new rags. Assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. That's everybody from sports to college class to rap.